Good morning, fiber friends. Welcome to Knits by Scent. I'm Cynthia, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about, the things that I'm working on: knitting, crochet, lots of new weaving, and spinning, blending, fiber for spinning. So right now I am blending up some Cordell fiber on my new blending board, and I actually really like this blending board. Now I understand why it costs, some cost way more than others. Um, but anyway, so I recently purchased a new drop, bottom roll drop spindle from, I just want to make sure I say the name right. It's a Ragbag Rebel Alliance. I believe this is the name of the shop on Etsy. Yeah, Ragbag Rebel Alliance. It's backwards. Sorry, because how I have my camera on my phone. I'm recording on my phone. So I had mentioned before, this is my absolute favorite spindle. And by the way, this yarn, which is Cordell, I spun up with the spindle, blended this way to make little rolags. This is how it came in separate different colors. It's like comb tops from Snyder Spindles. I had ordered a kit and got a, what did I get? A knitting knitter? I think to wind the yarn off, off your spindles, off your wheel, your spindle, however you spun your yarn. And you could get like 3 colors. And so that's what I got. But anyway, so I got another spindle. I was hoping it would be the same size of this one. As you can see, it is significantly smaller. It's definitely, well, I got yarn on this now, so yes, it's going to be lighter. But I believe just as, without yarn on it, obviously this one's going to be a little bit heavier because the whorl is like twice the size. So I am blending up some yarn, I'm blending up some wool. So I'm going to see how this works. I hope I like it just as much, but it's very lightweight, so I don't know. We'll see. I really thought it was going to be bigger than that. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to take my hat off because I'm getting warm. And actually, I have a little heater on. And it's right behind me, and it's warm in here. Plus, in the craft room, you have all your yarn and stuff. It helps insulate your rooms. So, but anyway, so hold on one second. I think my dog wants to probably go get some water. Watch out. Back up. I don't want to get your toes or your paws. There you go. Go. Go ahead. I don't know what Okay, dude. I'll leave the door cracked. When you figure out what you want to do, just do it. Okay, so I just put so just 3 layers on. I'm not going to do a whole lot. I'm not going to blend a whole lot right now. So hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to get this off. This is going to be a tiny real leg, which is fine. So I'm just going to start pulling this up a little. Or actually, I'm going to pull it off like a real small bat. This is my try, instead of trying to roll it. And because I didn't go all the way up to the top, I shouldn't get any naps in them, like little nappies. That kind of drives me nuts. The Rolex I had got off of Etsy, whose shop I don't remember. What did I do with the? Oh, actually, it's hanging. It's one of them is hanging up in the. It should be good and dry now, but I didn't do both of them. Anyway, sorry. There was quite a bit of like little nappy things, like little knots. I don't know, knots is not the right word, but it's kind of like the ends. Like when you do your blending board, sometimes it gets like caught up here at the end, and it just, I call them like little naps. It's like little naps. So hopefully I won't have too much of that in this. So that's my back. That's the back side. And I did the layers the same, white, blue, purple. I think I did 2 or 3 layers, not a lot. Just, yeah, my table's a bit of a mess. Just that down in the basket. Okie dokie. I hit the wrong button. I was like, I thought I turned that off. Alright. Alright, so I'm just going to take a little, I'm just going to gently fold it over. And just take a little bit at a time. It's easier to manage. Let's see. Oh, so what else I got? I got little presents yesterday from, oh, well, I got a weaving book from Amazon. Some weaving projects in there. I did get another bowl for weaving, with spinning, and it would work with that. I'm not left-handed, so that was not a good example. And let's see, that one came from Spinner Sorority. Spinner Rosicity. Spinner Rosicity. Again, it's backwards, so I apologize. Didn't cost much. And then I had got this, so that was about the size I figured it would be. Then I got this other little thing here, which I really did not realize how tiny this thing is. And it is like a little bowl type thing. I mean, I guess technically I could try to use it. I mean, the tip of the spindle does fit in there. I really just thought it would be a little bigger. So, oh well. No, I didn't throw it away. And I got this from Erie Minerals Company. So, I don't remember exactly what. I mean, it didn't say that it was necessarily for like spinning. But I thought, oh, the way it's shaped, it's a low, it's not very deep, but it does have like a little reservoir in there. So I don't know if it's something you could, maybe they use it for like incense or something, oils perhaps. I don't really know, but it's nice and smooth. It's cute. It's nice. And again, it didn't cost much, but I actually thought it was going to be a little bit bigger. All right. So, excuse me, let me get some water. I'm going to grab a piece of yarn here. This is some leftover from my very first weaving project, and this is a merino wool sock yarn. Something else I think was blended in there. Where's the end? I actually don't even need that much. So since it's playing tug of war with me, grab a pair of scissors and cut it. Okie dokie. So I'm going to make a leader. And so this one doesn't have a hook on it. Yeah, this one doesn't have a hook, but there is like a little notch in there. If you can see that. So we'll see how this goes. I have not spun with a drop spindle. Yeah, not a drop spindle without a hook. But I do have a Russian support spindle. I haven't really picked it up in a while. I've done a tiny bit of spinning on it. I did get somewhere with it. Okay, so let's see. Let's get this. I think I probably have to do like a half hitch maybe. Oh Lord, I'm not sure if I can even do that. Sometimes my fingers don't want to quite cooperate. Make sure that little extra string doesn't get my way. So I'm gonna try to kind of get it around the little hitch there. Maybe not with the knotted side. That might help. And try to get this started. Okay, let me see. I can do a half hitch. I literally have to think about it. I don't know if I can do it today. This might not work. Yeah, crud. Yeah, this is not going to work for me. All right. And I don't think this is the right way to do it either, but you guys get to witness my struggles. I got it on there. It's not exactly how I wanted to get it on, but I just pretty much need to like get it started. Oh, this is like. Once I get it started, I should be good. Okay, let me try another method. I don't know if this is gonna work either. This looks crazy. But it might not work. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have to look up how to do a half hitch knot because for the life of me, I cannot, I can't figure it out. So if I can't figure that out, I'm not gonna be able to spin with this. And another thing, I actually thought there was a little hook on the end of this, which just makes it easier because you just put the hook on, you get to spinning, and it goes. And I just can't seem to get my life together today to do this. So, and it's, I don't want to get frustrated with it. So I don't mind that so much because a half hitch should be pretty easy to do. And I'm sure probably for most people it might be, but for me right this moment it is not. Okay, so I've got it on, and I gotta turn. It's gotta go clockwise. Oh, putting it on there. It's just spinning right off the tip. So for a while, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking it at all. So I really do wish he had put a hook on the end, like this one. Oops. So the start of this is a fail. I don't like that there's no hook on it, because I know I'm not the only person that has issues with half hitch knots. It does spin, but it spins even light, like with nothing, even with nothing on it. It's not as fast. It's got some speed to it, but my other one, so this is another one that I got from him too, right? I got this one and the other one at the same time, and this one definitely has a lot more weight to it, and I can tell the difference in the speed. The other one has yarn on it, so but it spins very fast and for a long time. Yeah, I should have clocked it. I mean, it's going. Jesus, sorry, Buster. Sorry. He's like, "What you cut me for?" I'm so sorry. Sorry, buddy. All right. So let me. I'm gonna have to try to find a video on how to do a half hitch, because I really want to give this a try before I say I'm really not happy with it. I think once I get it and can get it going, let me try. Maybe I'll even sacrifice some of this yarn here. Let's try it without a lead on it. How the heck that's gonna go? Hey. Probably should have drafted it out a little bit. Here we go. Because it's supposed to like kind of flick off the top. I don't know if you can, I'm kind of making it flick off the top manually. It's spinning. All right, cool. All right. Maybe not try to do a lead on it, because a leader on it, because I found, for me personally, that was a little more stressful than just try to get it going with the wool, and just kind of, yeah, it's definitely spinning. See, I'm getting those little pigtails. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, see. Gently try to keep my little triangle together. Okay, so let me do a little bit more. There you go. It's getting there. All right. Maybe a little more. I'm just going to do a little bit more twist, and then take it, pinch the end, not totally lose everything, and start to wrap it onto the bottom. Come along now. I will say though, I do feel that his products are well made. Period. Whether um, I have difficulty starting or not. Um, yeah. Okay. Let me go up. I'm gonna adjust my camera a little more if I can, just so it's more focused on what I'm doing. Not so much on me. Yeah, I think if you do a half hitch at the top, which I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm really having. I think it's like that. Like once I get it started, you get to the top a little. There we go, and then get it around the little notch. So once you get started, it's easier to do. There we go. Okay. Sure knew I was going to use it here. Always is. Maybe not always. But it still, it doesn't spin as long as the heavier ones. But it's spinning. I would definitely, this is definitely, I suppose you could drop it. I definitely like using these as support spindles. Oops, don't let it unravel on you though. And I'm just steadily drafting out. Okay. And carefully unhitch and bring it to the bottom and start winding it back onto the shaft of the spindle. Okay. As a brand new spinner, I wouldn't necessarily choose this one, and I think most people probably don't. And they do recommend the very basic drop spindle. But I am less than. I think I would say I'm like no, I'm less than 6 months of a spinner, because and I've pretty much gotten the hang of it. It did take a lot of practice, like with anything with your craft, right? I don't know anyone that was born just they got it right down pat from the get go how to crochet, knit, spin, any kind of crafting type thing. And then as you get better and you start trying out different tools, you do find out like what you like the best, from like your favorite crochet hook, needle sets, spinning tool, weaving tools. Yeah. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Ratings just went higher. But I will still give it a good rating because, again, I do think his craftsmanship is very good. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know anything from anything other than just what I've used. And from the 3 spindles I got from him, I do like all 3 of them. The one that is my favorite is still my favorite. Yeah, oops. Okay, it still wants, I think it's just too twisted. Hold on, give it a little bit more so it can calm down. Also, okay. sugar. It's like a sewing string right there. Good grief. I didn't mean to do that. Pulled a little too hard. So it might break on me. Oh well. I still have trouble with this half hitch business. I think in part because my hands are a little dry. And sometimes my fingers just get very stiff. Which sucks because, you know, I need my fingers for all my crafting. Which is why I am glad I enjoy weaving, because it's not so demanding, like on my fingers, like spinning, because you had to pinch and draft and all that, and you know, crochet, holding and knitting, holding needles and things like that. So all right, cool beans. I'm getting into my pink and my purple and blue rather. I like this spool too, and it does like to spin thin, which I'm okay with. All right, y'all. So I do, once again, like I always have to look at the name of the company because I don't want to say it backwards, but I think it's Ragbag Rebel Alliance. And he's very responsive on Etsy. I really appreciated that. And yeah. So far, I mean, it's doing what I wanted. I was hoping it would do, which is to spin the yarn on the thin side. And I'm glad that there is a groove at the top at least to do the half hitch, not on it. Dog, make up your mind. Go, Buster. Go ahead. Go get some water. Do not stop. Stop. Just keep going. There you go. Bye-bye. By the time he scratched at the door, like, okay, I want out. So, all right. So, yeah. So, instead of having the hook, it has the notch. So for me, when I take the yarn that I've spun off of this, I probably will put it like through a plastic, a basket with holes or something, and let it spin off that way. When I use the other ones with the hooks, I have the little lever things that turn, so it just spins while I'm winding them off. But I can't obviously do that with this. So for that reason, it's like the third of the three, because it does make it. Oh, I just ripped that apart. Not good. Oh, because when you have to think about like how are you going to get the yarn off of your spindle, and it's not like impossible. It's just having, being able to hook onto one of these little things that turn. There, see, and just turns while I'm carefully getting it off the spindle. Yeah, so I won't be able to do that with this, but it's not the end of the world. But it is lightweight. It does spin fast. It does spin for a minute. Not quite as long as the bigger ones, but the bigger ones are heavier, so that's to be expected, I would say. Yep, and I broke my wool, my yarn. No problem. I'm gonna try to do a little from the fold. First, let me actually get the hitch part back on before I have to fuss with it. spinning from the fold. You can't really see that, can you? You have to fold it gently, sitting into my hand, not trying to pinch, too much. Like hold it with the death grip. I'm trying to be careful not to pre-draft so much that, well, one, it breaks, it becomes so thin. But I also want it to spin up nicely. I hate when it doesn't fully spin and you got these little fat flubs in there. And if you're doing making that type of yarn, that's perfect. It's like the art yarn, or thick thin yarn. I'm not really actually crazy about that. I've seen like JK Fibers. She showed like how she made these bats, and it was like fall color, like with green. She was a little worried it was going to be like a little Christmassy, and it wasn't. The color blending was just beautiful. I love how she does her work, and she does have a website, and all that. But she had made some thin, thick yarn, and she doesn't really like it, but it was interesting to see. I don't particularly like that either. I had purchased that a long time ago. I'm sure it was not wool. I'm sure it was acrylic, and it wouldn't have mattered if it was wool or acrylic. I like my yarn to be the same size. I don't even know. I suppose like maybe one day I will be a little more open-minded. Maybe I'll try to do some thin, thick wool and maybe like weave it into like a scarf or something like that. Maybe. I don't think I would wear it myself, but maybe I'll make it for somebody that might. I don't know. We'll see. No promises. All right, so I'm doing good with this spindle. I like it. It's working. Once I had to wrap my head around how to do a half hitch knot. So what I would recommend, if you can just go ahead and do the half hitch. I don't know why I was struggling with the yarn, the leader. But if you can just start slow with manually just kind of like twisting the yarn, and let it kind of flick off the top as best you can till you get some distance, and then do the half hitch knot with the spun part of the wool. Yeah, then you don't even have to worry about a leader at the beginning or the end, because when you take it off, you got, yarn left on your spindle. I usually just reuse it. I kind of like untwist it, and then just keep using it. Yep, alrighty. Cool beans. You're a keeper. And I have spun up so much, not so much, I wouldn't go far, I shouldn't say so much, but I already have a couple little things of this yarn. So this is the Cordell Plied from the last little batch that I created, and this also is what was left. Some more. So I just remember I just saw it too. So this was the second, is this the second one? Yeah. I think this was the second spindle of the Rolex that I got. And it's like more, I don't know if you can see like more of the darker colors in there. I think this is that. Let me go get, I'm getting myself confused because I was hoping my other spindle would be like, my new spindle would look like my favorite one. And it's not quite. And I'm gonna get the yarn. Well, my husband was busy on the President's Day holiday. I had to work, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So anyway, so here is the Plaid first color, washed and everything. It's pretty. I actually will do this one today, and then we can see what that looks like. I am hoping, because these were, I think, 25 grams each, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they were 25 grams each, all 4 little Rolags, right? So altogether it's only like 100, and I'm hoping grams. I'm hoping I can make a pair of fingerless gloves with that. That was my plan, so we'll see. But my husband took down the bed in one of our spare bedrooms so that I can make that other room, which is right next to here. The other one's like down a short hallway, down another little short hallway, around the, so it's like a down the street and around the corner instead of right next door. So he took down that bed and we just got back in the floor and stuff, and that room is going to become my weaving room. So I'm gonna let him finish doing whatever he's doing, because I know he's gonna put a TV up in there, and I think he's gonna break down this table that I have, this big one table that used to be his. I claimed it. I can't anyway. But it's great because I can. It's really sturdy. So you got, this was an IKEA table like back in the day. The person paid like, so let's see, we've been married for 10 years. And I think he had it for at least 5 years before that. So like 15, say 15, 20 years ago maybe, because the person had it also. It was before, he got it like maybe 15 years ago. And the person that he got it from, they were moving and whatever, paid $600 for it. This table is like solid wood. So it's best to like clamp stuff on this table, but he'll have to, unfortunately he's got to take it down and put it back together, but he knows that, so I'm gonna let him do his thing at his pace. So you'll be seeing 2 different views of a room when I'm recording, and yeah, that way I'll have more space for weaving in that room, because I have a 48-inch weaving loom, which is right now downstairs in our living room, because it's just easier for me. Like the shuttle sticks are 48 inches long, and I'm like hitting the walls, and down there I have space. And I just figured out, like, I'll just stand and just go back and forth and whatever keeps me moving and not sitting the entire time, which is actually better for me physically. And then for my Becca loom, which is 24 inches, the stand for that hopefully will be coming today. And then I can also use this table to like do a hybrid warping and everything. So yeah, like, so that'll be like my weaving room, and this will be, well, everything else. So yeah, that's all I have for today. And thank you for tuning in. And thank you for your patience while I was trying to figure out what to do, how to get this this little spindle going. Yeah. Like I said, the only thing is I do wish it was bigger, a bigger whorl, but it's not. And I still like it. I still like it. Like I said, I think his craftsmanship is very good. And I think he only made one like this. He's got other spindles, but I told him, like, I definitely like the bottom whorl like that. So the round. But yeah, so go check him out. Ragbag Rebel Alliance on Etsy. Okay, y'all, that's it for today. I'm gonna continue spinning up this little bit of my little bat that I started, and yeah, until the next time, I will see what else we'll talk about. What other little goodies I have to share with you. Yeah, come on, you don't have time. Just get on there. Oh, a weebly wobblies. So I'm going to store it like that. And now I'm actually going to grab a naughty knitter out of my little storage drawer over there. And I accidentally purchased 2 of these working Kates. I don't like to call them Lazy Kate either, because I know some Kates in my life and mostly like work, and they are not lazy. So I don't know why. Anyway, well, there was a Lazy Susan first, but anyway. So I'm just going to use, so I did get some more, so I sold my Dreamy Works e-spinner because I had trouble with it. Nothing wrong with the machine, it was just me. But I like the idea that these bobbins come apart, so it just makes it easier to like get the the yarn out, or what to put storage for one thing. And it does fit on here. And I am going to, oh, this is an Ashford. I accidentally ordered 2 from the Woolery. I'm not sure how the heck I did that, but I did. And these are different color. Well, they don't come like this, the purple. So I'm just playing around with color. I had got these from Amazon. I also got like a smaller one or 2 from Snyder Spindles. One of them came with, it was a kit. I think was it a spindle that came with that? I think a spindle came with it. And the 3 packs of wool and one of these. It's been a minute since I ordered that. But this I got off Amazon, and I was kind of annoyed because one of these, I think it was the silver, kind of a little bit sparkly one, was more than I wanted to spend. And then after I got it, the other one came out like for like half the price. I was so daggone annoyed. And at the time, the weather was like crappy. I'm like, I don't feel like taking it back. Never mind. It's not like I won't use it, but I did on my review. I did make a comment about that. But anyway. And this should be a 2. No, I think it's supposed to be 3 yards. One of the things I don't particularly care about, like, supposedly you're supposed to be able to wind off like 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, but you really cannot do 2 yards because you need to have like this crossbow situation, like one's going this way and you see the other one, right? You can't do that with the 2 yards. And then on any of these, I'm like, well, that's not true. And I think I made a comment about that too. It's like you can either do 1 or you can do 3, but you cannot do 2. And I'm not counting. I probably should. But I'm not. Oh well. That sounds so funny. Yeah, this one definitely has more of the darker colors in it. But you know what? I did not buy this. What am I doing? Where is my other little roller? I'm realizing, like, as I'm winding this on, it's like, this is really thin. Which I do like that I spun it thin. But, silly me. Hold on. Having a moment here. Oh my word. Now I gotta figure out what the heck I did with it. Oh, that's annoying to me. Yeah, it's really bad when you put things in certain places so you don't forget where you put it. And lo and behold, you forget where the heck you put it. I know it's still in the little bag that it came in, but that's strange that I cannot find it. So anyway, yeah, now let me just put this back on the bobbin because it's not ready. The good thing is I got some of the twisties that were stored up in there. A little loose. Except this one just wants to be real feisty. Oh, there it is. Jeepers creepers, Cynthia. I gotta spin this up. Alright, so this was the first row leg of this colorway. And as you can see, like, there's more dark in that. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I realized that before I got this totally off. And realized, like, oh my gosh, what the heck did I do? It's just kind of sticking on itself a little bit. I don't want to break it. Some of this is like very thin, way thinner than I want it to be. So. Come on. There's no glasses on either, so it's kind of a little blurry. Come on, little thing, get out. Oh wow. My stomach is like, can you put some more food on me, please? I mean, I did have, my husband made blueberry muffins. It's tasty. I guess it wasn't enough. I did have that a few hours ago, though. Okay, there we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You didn't break. Here, my dog. Hi, welcome back. I'll try to clamp that to the table. That's a good idea. That's a good twist. According to my little guide, my cute little sheep, I mean, it ranges to like, I don't know, very, very thin. Like a 18 to between between 8 and maybe 18. That's, I don't know if that's funny or not, but oh well. It's still more consistent than it had been when I started, that's for sure. So it's getting better. And this, yeah. So, oh yeah, that was like on a more thick, and this is like way too thin. Yeah, that's not spun very well. I don't remember what kind of wool this is. So it was. I don't remember if I even said in the description. I think it did. I felt like merino was definitely in it. Okay, there you go. Good grief. All right, so now maybe I'll just go ahead and do the second row leg on this spindle. When I apply them, I'm going to apply them probably on the wheel. Yeah. I guess the happy, or I don't know about happy, but the good thing about buying two of these is that I can have one little bobbin on one and one little bobbin on the other. And I do have, because I was just making, like blending some yarn, just playing one day. This is really essentially like nothing. Yes, and I can take it off by just unscrewing the ends of the bobbin and sliding it off. But I do have another one that I can use when I apply. And since I'm done with this little bag that it came in, which and this sticker I still have, doesn't have, like I said, doesn't have the shop's name on it, so I don't remember exactly where I got it from on Etsy. I'm just going to put my little bat in here to protect it. So thank you, all you Etsy people, shops that send your wool in these nice mesh bags, because you can do a few things with them, like store other yarn or wool, and then you can wash. I think you should be able to wash. It's not really as porous as maybe some other net things, but at least for right now, I'm going to be able to store my little tiny bat of wool. All right, so with that being said, and this one is still already kind of twisted, this leader, so I'm going to go ahead, oops, sorry, kick the tripod. I'll go ahead and get started with this one. And it will take me a couple of days to get this spun up. I also want to kind of pre-draft a little. Because it's pretty condensed in there. This going. My hands so they're here. Oh, careful not to draft too much. I don't want to break it as soon as it starts. So sometimes the spin's like up in the middle there, like it doesn't look like it's spun, but actually up in the middle, it's starting to tighten. I could tell because I had a hard time drafting, so I had to carefully like twist back in my fingers. And yes, that exhausts my hands faster. But don't let it stop me. I don't want it to stop me. So, all right, so we're getting a good start here. I can at least kind of get this leader thing out of my way. That's a very long lead. You don't really need that much, but the shaft is not exactly short either. All right, oh, oops, this might break. Okay, I think I saved it. I felt when it just came, when I was drafting, it like drafted real loose, like I felt it. I felt like it was gonna break, but I saved it. Oh, that's really smooth. That is so thin. Holy moly. I don't necessarily want it that thin. So, gotta try to adjust. There's a tail on my leader. I don't need that sticking out. Get rid of it. I did find a couple of easy patterns to make the fingerless gloves. So, and I do plan to knit them. At least that's my plan. This yarn seems to really enjoy spinning thin. I'm not mad about that actually. And it seems to be, for the most part, pretty tough. Like my BFL yarn that I had, I didn't realize that one liked to be spun thin either until I was like on like my last little batch of it. I was like, oh. But you know, again, I'm new. I'm just figuring things out and experimenting with some of the wool. I did get some just to kind of like, hey, if it messes up and doesn't do what I wanted to do, or what I hope it would do, or whatever, it's okay because I'm learning. So. Alright, I really should probably end this video because right now I'm just gonna probably listen to either audiobook or whatever is on my YouTube worth listening to. Gets caught up on the little hook thing. And yeah, just spin as much of this little rolac as I can.